What up, what up, what up, what up? Man, I gotta fix all the settings. All the settings. Yikes. What's up, everybody? Your boy Oz. Welcome to the OZone Live. And this is the first proper stream since the end of Better 2022 in Fort Wayne, and I feel like my brain is finally recovering. The last day and a half of the event, it was mashed taters, but I wouldn't trade it in for nothing. So welcome to everybody in the chat. What up, fam? What's up to all the peoples? Yeah, I put a post out, I think it was Monday, and I started off with, I don't really know what words to say, or how to say it or type it out, other than what a fucking weekend, man. And I couldn't be more proud of, first of all, of everyone. And when I say everyone, not just speakers or those that helped, help to do things and complete tasks or anything like that, but everybody that attended, what was participating and active, and even, we allowed for a lot of downtime, for just hanging out and chilling and get to know each other. And, I saw so many people, just chilling and talking and making new friends and building relationships. And, yeah, it was badass, man. It was badass. I couldn't be more proud, of everyone there. And, for a first time event, like first time planning, first time organizing, for first time, everything, first and foremost, I'd say I could not be more proud. And, there's ton, the thought that I've always had, like when it comes to me, personally, I've always said, I want the largest room in my house to be the room for improvement. And I always want to have that outlook where I can always improve. I can always get better. I can always learn. And there's so much room for improvement. But we're not here for that. We're here to talk about the fun shit first. And if you're in the chat and you were there, you already know. You already know what time it is. And if you're not, don't you fret. Don't you fret. Jena will tell you within 24 hours, once my brain started to recover, it was already okay, how do we get better, and what do we do next year to make better? And I'm sure that's some type of poetic something. But how do we use that as a launching pad to make the experience better? So everybody's having fun, enjoying themselves. But even how do we make it more impactful? How do we make it more effective or efficient? And there's a lot of ways to do that. But I will say, as much as, which we'll get into later, as much as the content, the presentations, the speeches were impactful, and I took a lot away. Even though I was busy and go, I took a lot away. And there were several things that were said this weekend that really made me take a hard look. Really made me take a hard look right here. And we'll get into that here in a few. But let's talk about the fun shit. Let's talk about the fun shit. So, well, here, let's start with the pictures first, and then I gotta a couple of videos I'll try to pull up here. Hold on real quick. And not to make it, like I said, we're gonna have fun, not to make it serious, but I don't. You know what? I'm going to star this comment and come back to it. That's what I'm going to do. But I will say, if Murder Shed Steve is there next year, and I actually know that you're coming, you son of a bitch. Not only will there be Mo mode, we'll actually make sure the audio works on your intro. Oh man. But let's pull up a couple of these pictures. Well, let's start off with this. This was after the last night at the hotel, motel, Holiday Inn. And you would never guess it, but this is the one night that, and it didn't even come out full force. But this guy made a little bit of an appearance.
Oh, that's for the real apples. Yeah, man. You looking like the devil who created you.
Yeah, he made a special appearance. I think at one point in that I remember telling Shane Bilowitz that his feet are ugly. I don't even know how we got there. Anyhow. But yeah, for first year for an event, and in that picture we're missing Dave Warnock. Well, we're missing the old people. Dave Warnock, Seth Andrews, Cynthia, the old folks. They're already in bed. But man, what a lineup! What a group of panel conversations we had. Just fucking badass people, man. Badass people. Shit was awesome. Let's see. Well, we have to start right here. Selfishly. Little sis. I got to meet little sis in person. Like, it's weird. I've called her little sister, little sis for however fucking long now. And it was the first time we got to like hang out, chill in person. And yep, we're as dope in person as we are. No, I'm just kidding. No, I as much as I knew I would, I appreciate and adore and value her friendship even more. Having to be able to just chill and hang out, and her and Steve, her awesome fucking husband. Yay. But we'll get to some videos that that I didn't know were captured of me having fun and doing some Buddha Hindu stuff. That shit was awesome. And then obviously spent a good chunk of time with Thomas Holy Kool-Aid afterwards, and just kind of a brief and minor. A minor debrief. We'll do a more expansive one later, but just talking about the event and overall the takeaways and the successes and all that, and again, I can't say it enough. Holy Kool-Aid helped to save the day for better, and he's a good dude, and he's a badass man, and he's on his game. So if you ain't following his shit, you best better do it. You better do it. And then I would be absolutely 100% remiss if we didn't talk about this motherfucker. But the homie Dr. Yeshua Bowen, and being able to hang out with him in person for the first time again was an honor. And again, all these people, they're the same people in person that you see on screen, and which even more so ups the respect level, so to speak. So all the love to Dr. Yeshua. And then for the first time, I got to kind of chill and chat with Drew, genetically modified skeptic. I'm getting better. I just learned I got to slow down when I'm saying it. Genetically modified skeptic. You have to put a rhythm and a cadence to it. But just a good dude, but chill as fuck, and cool as hell to hang out with, talk to. Super glad I got to meet him, and even more grateful that he got to be a part of the event. And then I think lastly, as far as the speakers, this was the last night where actually my brain was like, oh, I should probably take some pictures, because I didn't take any pictures the rest of the time because I was running around. But Heathen Queen, her and I we have more in common than I think we realized when we first met. And I think there's a little bit of, because of how assertive and upfront both of us can be, I think there's a little misunderstanding, up front there, just because of that. It's are we communicating the same way? Are we on the same wavelength? Are we completely missing each other? What's going on? And once we realize that, oh no, we're coming from the same place. We've just been talking past each other, or just missing each other altogether, with messages or whatever. We've come to find out pretty quickly that it's also like I think it wasn't me. She said it's almost like I think she said paternal like paternal twins, where it's like, but we hadn't met hadn't met each other until we became adults, and it's almost like another one of those like sibling relationships. And the more I do hang out or listen or watch and listen to her content, I'm like, yeah, there's more and more there, and I appreciate that she has a very, very open heart and willingness to talk and have discussions, as long as the interlocutor, so to speak, is coming from an honest place. Then she'll have those conversations. If not, well, if you don't know Heathen Queen, go check it out. She'll just roast your ass, and you'll probably disappear. So is that, and then if I can get the video to pull up, I will. But yeah, yep. Let's just say, I'll say one word: twerk. And then I kind of saved this one for last. I'm not going to put out the details out there because it's nobody's business. It's nobody's business. But a couple things happened. I guess you should say, kind of behind the scenes, and Shane had really no idea, what did or didn't happen. This was things to do with, more so even people outside of the event that weren't even there or participating. And as I was getting ready to leave the Holiday Inn Sunday night, he came up and just went above and beyond to show support to Better, to Jena and myself, and to everyone involved. To be frank, and fucking blew me away, and there's been several times I was like, I should message him. I've already said thank you a million times. I should message him, and I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. I want to do it, and I want him to get some community love and some love publicly, even though I'm not going to share details and all that, because again, those things are nobody's business. But I can tell you, he went above and beyond any call of duty, so to speak, or any expectations or anything you could ask somebody that is attending an event. And it was high impact, and it made a huge difference on the event as a whole. So Shane, Bilowitz, Jen and I both, from the bottom of our heart, thank you. You have no idea how much that meant to us and what it meant for the event. So we love you. We appreciate you. And that shit was fucking epic, bro. That was epic. There's no doubt about it. So let's, I've not been able to see the chat. So now that I can see the chat again, oh, and don't you worry, AA Ron. I'm coming after you. Don't you worry, AA Ron. AA Ron. Yeah, that was Dan. I just didn't know if Dan wanted everybody to know that I was twerking on him in the lobby. Anyhow, let's see. Let me pull this up. Oh, come on. I know I put it on. Oh, there it is. That's not the one I wanted, but we can do this one too. Stop. Stop the video. Stop. Nope. Stop the video. Share screen. Oh boy. Oh boy. All right, so this little video, I'm probably about 30, 40 drinks in. No, I'm kidding, not that many, but I'm a few drinks in. And Biddy and I have been talking about like sitting crisscross applesauce like Buddha. And I don't remember what the other part of the conversation what was, but then all of a sudden I somebody must have dared me because I could tell like the what Pasta Mike calls the drunken rascal comes out. You can see. Well, yeah, you'll see.
I've said that before. People are like, I don't know. Hey, I'm not sloppy. You call me sloppy. Drink the table. This table is flimsy.
You look so much like the Buddha. There's sexual rarity playing it.
Just playing anyway. Fuck it.
He's got the zen. He's got the zen. I'm striving.
Hey, hit that shit, bro.
Okay.
Hit that shit.
I'm gonna hit the 9 into the 13, hopefully.
There we go. Come on.
You know what your wrist says? Your wrist?
Didn't get shit.
I've said that.
And still didn't get shit. And still didn't get shit. Elliot still keeps he tries to keep playing. CosmicKyle, yes. We will get back into regular programming in July. All right, now let me pull up the next one. I believe this one is on Betty Buddha's channel. Oh God, yeah. Oh, this one's this is the you. Oh, there's two of them. Oh, I forgot about that shit. That's fucking hilarious. How did I forget all these? Oh, here it is. All right. So, oh my God, this shit's hilarious. This is the remix of You Looking Like the Devil Who Created You. What? Quit playing the video before I tell you to play, motherfucker. Oh, y'all ain't ready for this. Y'all ain't ready for this shit. Oh, fuck. Oh, my fucking God. Oh. Oh, my God. You looking like the devil. And then But he's like, I'm like, ah. Oh, that shit was fucking classic. All right, and then there's another one right here. And this is the accident that could have cost the whole weekend. Just saying. You know who you are.
You can do this and then. Oh! I used to be able to do that. That was you can do this and then. Oh! I used to be able to do that.
Oh my God. Oh, oops. I used to be able to do that. Oh my God. That was fucking priceless. Fucking priceless. Oh man. Oh man. All right. I think there was one more. Give me uno momento. I think there was one more. Vigia. You know what? I will show this. This is like first when Biddy Buddha Lewis and I actually got to chill and talk in person. I think it's a good pick. So I'll show it. Because I want to and I can. Oh, look at them little sons of bitches. Look at them little sons of bitches. Oh, them so cute. Oh, here it is. Here it is. All right. Quit playing the goddamn video, Twitter. I didn't tell you to play this shit yet.
What are we doing?
We can't do it. Okay. What are we doing?
I'm just outside.
I got Photoshop. Do one picture with the leg up on that side to another picture with the leg up on that side. We're just splicing together.
There it is. I got it. I got him. Hey, I'm killing that shit. I'm killing that. I'm killing that shit.
Okay.
What are we doing?
What are we doing? Oh man. What are we doing? I'm killing this shit. It was actually just fucking killing my hamstrings and shit. That's all I was doing. Oh man. Oh man. Yeah, there was a lot of shenanigans that night. There was a lot of shenanigans that night. Yeah, oh, Shane definitely played that shit off well. He was like, oh, I used to be able to do that good. I mean, I just broke both of my femurs and shattered both kneecaps, but I used to be able to do that shit, but I'm good, guys. All is well, and all is good in the hood. All is good in the hood. Yeah, that's some. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I wanted to show. Anybody else in the chat, real quick? Any memories that you have that I'm missing when we were all chilling? If not, I'm gonna play a little pause vigia because I lit a one of the like large sticks of incense. I'm an incense burner. One of the large sticks of incense, and I keep looking over at it, and it appears that maybe I should tend to it so I don't have a fire hazard. And Jena, I actually tried 5 times to upload a picture of you and I, and it must have been Yahweh or Allah or Krishna or somebody's like, no, fuck that, you're not, because it wouldn't let me upload it. So I definitely tried, but the gods that be said, fuck no. Oh yeah, fucking yeah. Ashley, After Dark. It's Fort Wayne's first LGBTQ plus bar, and that shit, it was a blast. I agree. Oh, don't be getting all passive aggressive with me. Cool. Dot 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 dot. Dot 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 diddity dot. Yeah, it's not my fault you came and shacked up with me for a weekend. Jesus. You know what? Now I'm just going to go out of my way to prove a point. That's what the fuck I'm going to do. Why? Because that's... Oh, fuck, I can't do it right here. Maybe while I do this little video break to go make sure my apartment doesn't burn down, I can add it. Yeah, that bar is badass because there's like the inside area, there's the dance area, there's the dungeon, there's the outdoors, there's the other outdoor patio area where Jena loves to drink like 8 shooters at a time. You know, because she's a professional. A professional. And Ashley, apostate Ashley, peed in the bathroom next to a guy for the very first time in her life. Congratulations. Winning. Fuck what they say. And I am going to play this video because I now feel like I'm getting a little nervous about my incense stick. So you have to listen to this song for 1 minute and Perfect timing. Gave your address or picked her up from the airport and drove her to your apartment. Yes, but it was all nothing was. No one was forced to do anything. It ain't my fault. Did I do that? All right. Yeah, so those are some of the shenanigans that happen. And I'll give a second. Anybody else in the chat have something that sticks out to them that we did not talk about that we missed as far as just the fun that was had? Is mainly the focus for this first part and talking about the shenanigans. Anything I'm forgetting or I missed out on? But lidocaine and that's not my area of expertise. If I'm not missing anything, totes off topic. Yeah, I didn't know if that was in reference to another chat comment or. All right. Well, I just took a drink. I should have hit the song before. But if you have a drink in your hand, with the drink song, and we're kind of pivot here from the fun shit to not just necessarily what I took away from better, but what it caused me to do personally, and the introspection, and we'll go from there. But a little more fun here, and then we'll switch gears a little bit. All right, bottoms up. So going into better, obviously, well, I say obviously, but to me it's obviously, but when we first started to plan better, it was originally heavily, or if not specifically, targeted at just better conversations with theists. And whether you want to call it a blessing in disguise or just fortunate timing, or the galaxy doing what the fuck it wants to do, I don't know. I don't know what you call it. But in the 2 years we've been trying to plan this, it has, or it had and did morph and evolve. As far as what the title better meant in regards to the conference. And it went from that to, how do we have better conversations with theists, but also how do we have better, better conversations within our community, amongst each other. Even when we disagree. How do we do that? How do we approach that? And there were reasons that I saw that I was detached or external from these situations. I just watched and observed. And there were others that I was a direct part of. That not only did I watch and observe, but I felt the impact. The direct impact from. And then the third that I'm probably the most appreciative for now is probably the one that I didn't walk into, even Friday nights, setting everything up and kicking off the event Saturday wasn't the one that I was necessarily anticipating. I thought that it may or could or even maybe should happen, but was not my was not top of mind, so to speak. And that being how do I get better? And how do I improve in order to how do I get better in order to make the greatest or whatever the most significant or efficient or meaningful impact that I can while I'm here, and not just on YouTube, but in my personal life, my day-to-day life, and I found myself walking away from better in a good way, very good way, but I found myself walking away from better very challenged. And like I said, we're taking a hard right turn here. We went from all laughs and everything to serious, and that's why I made sure I made it a point. It's a hard right turn. There were things that Drew shared, that Holy Kool-Aid shared, that Shannon Q shared, and a couple things that even Dave Warnock shared in their presentation, their speeches, that I was like, fuck. Okay, I have to take note of this. Now I have to self-examine. And I have to be willing to be introspective and look at the person in the mirror and evaluate. And that's not always the easiest thing to do in the world, as most of us humans know. And then once the event was over, because it's one thing to think about it as the as the event continues to unfold, and you're going, I'm literally going 100 miles an hour. My brain was mashed potatoes, a better part of the second day. But there were still so many things that I latched onto, that the speakers shared. And I'm like, man, I have a lot of thinking to do. I have a lot of examining to do. And I have a lot of getting better to do. And not just to do with the conference. Actually, nothing to do with the conference. It first starts with me, the person, the individual, Austin. And what I'm doing personally to address well, let me back up, because this will make more sense. It wasn't until the time that Holy Kool-Aid stepped up and said, I want to help. And then up to listening to, and there was great speeches, great content before and after that. But that in the, him doing that in his presentation, his speech, and during his speech, someone asked a question, during his Q&A, and he said that there's nothing wrong with being passionate, and there's nothing wrong with being assertive, but you can do all of those things, however you want to frame them, without being a dick, without being an asshole. And I was like, fuck. And then he said that, and then my brain automatically rewound to the panel conversation that I was a part of with a genetically modified skeptic, and we were talking about we talked about a lot of different things, but he talked about, content in, content out. And that slapped me in the face. And majority of the content that I've consumed in the last probably 6 months has been very, very toxic content. And what I mean by that is I've found myself listening or watching or viewing more apologetics, whether it be Christian or Muslim apologetics. I found myself consuming more of that than I have anything that's going to help to build me, to strengthen me, and not from a argument standpoint, just from a peaceful standpoint and a community standpoint. And that's on me. That's on me. That's 100% on me. And then I had to dig deeper, because then I started asking myself, why have I found myself in this loop? Because this actually isn't me. This is out of character for me to focus on negative all the time. What have I done, or what have I neglected that's allowed me to get to this point? And the first thing I can say is, and that this is where it's going to get difficult for me, but in a good way. This needs to happen, and it needs to happen publicly, because there's people publicly that have been impacted. It'll be, and this is the only time that I plan on mentioning this in this stream, but it's on purpose. The end of July will be 1 year since I lost my mom, and then in December would be the date of my divorce. And until this weekend, because I try to fight through everything, and I try to will myself and even bully my own emotions through things. To just feel like I beat it, or I won, or I mastered it. But it wasn't until I really made myself step back and look at these things that I realized how deeply I am still wounded. and I'm still hurt. And these wounds and these cuts, they weren't even close to being healed. And instead of doing the right thing or the healthy thing for me, and that's continuing to talk to people, whether it be, yes, the professionals first and foremost, but even my friends. I stopped talking to my friends about it, and I said, I'm good. I'll deal with it. And in doing that, I've allowed a lot of things in my personal life and here on this channel, and that now I'm not proud of. I let the bitterness, I let the animosity, I allowed the poison to ooze out. And I talked to Dr. Josh earlier today about this, and just, walk again, trying to be true to this, and trying to be better about walking, not just walking it out and talking it out with the people that I know that care. And I do know that in the last year, that's a lot for any human, any individual, any person to shoulder in a 12-month span. And I won't minimize that. I know that, and I can acknowledge that. But that's still no excuse to treat people like shit. And I don't, just like I said, as we closed out better, as far as the reputation that I care about for better and for for TANG and for myself. I don't want to ever be known as that person, that channel. If you deserve it, you deserve it. You earned it, right? That's one thing. But there's both atheists and theists that now looking in the mirror and giving myself a hardcore, I guess, internal critique. There's a lot of you that, and I don't even know how to. Sorry, there's a train going by, so I'm gonna pause. Give me 1 second. All right, tell me. Oh, God, that shit's so fucking loud. All right, sorry about that. Downtown living. That downtown living. No, what I was going to say is there's folks on both the theist and the atheist side that we may continue to passionately disagree. And I am, I hold strong to my positions of mythicism and anti-theism, and that won't change. And the passion and the reason I have that passion will not change. But the way I talk to or at people has to change. Because I cannot expect respect to be given to me if I'm not showing respect, even if I disagree. And for that, whether you are an atheist, a theist, or whatever you identify as in the religious world or non-religious world, if I have been disrespectful, if I've been a dick, if I've been an asshole, if I've hurt you in any way, this is my public apology, and I am sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not in this to hurt people, and no one has directly come up to me or approached me or messaged me or anything and said, Oz, you've hurt me, or you've caused this or caused that. No one has done that. This is my own self. Just inspecting. And you inspect what you expect. And I've failed to do that over the last 6 to 12 months. And that's on me. That's on me. And I never want to hurt anyone. Even if we disagree on almost every point, I'm not in this to hurt people. So I will say it again. If I've been any of those things, been an asshole, been a dick, been disrespectful, I've been hurtful to you, towards you, at you, anything, I am sorry. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. And I'm going to do all of the things that I can do moving forward to improve that part of Oz and to be a more effective communicator, more efficient communicator, and still hold true to my positions, still hold true to what I see as problematic, what I see as damaging. I still want to hold true to that and attack those things. But here's where I failed. Through the shit in the last year that I have been through and gone through, and most here on the channel that watch, that you already know this. There's been a lot of shit, but I've, like I alluded to earlier, I've let it bleed into, or let it ooze into the content, and that's not fair. That's not fair. And not as only fair today. I would I would guess, and I'd be fairly certain without even seeing or hearing any feedback. One of the number one areas of growth, or being quote unquote better for next year's conference, would be we need more help. We need more hands. I agree. I agree with that. But I have to say, to be fair, the reason we didn't have as much help and as many hands helping this year is because through this last year, I pushed a lot of people away. And now with this introspect and this retrospect, there's some private one-on-one conversations that I'm going to have hopefully in the next, week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever. It was unintentional. I didn't even realize I was doing it. But because I was so worried about not getting hurt again, I was so worried. And on guard. And resisting any more potential hurt that I just pushed people away. And a lot of those people were the people that would have been there this weekend helping. And I can acknowledge that and know that and own that 100%. And I have some apologies to make one-on-one, in the coming week, 2 weeks, like I said, and I will do it. And I know that's the right thing. So then, what does all that mean for? Or what has that done so far? What has that done to TANG, or what has been the impact on TANG? As much as there are and have been very, very impactful and very, very meaningful streams on TANG in the last year, I will not minimize that, because there are people in the chat right now that in the last year have found a home and found a place and found meaning and found purpose and all that. And I will not take away from that ever, 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 fucking ever. But I do know, because I've let my emotions get the best of me, and I've let circumstances get the best of me. There's nights where, Pasta Mike and I talked about this, I think it was just last week, where I get so frustrated with damage and hurt and pain that I see, and I get so fucking riled up, and I just go on tangents, and it's like, fuck it, burn the channel down. And then in the morning, I'm like, God damn it, why did I do that? And the quality, the overall quality, like the day-to-day, week-to-week quality of TANG has suffered because of my animosity, because of my pain, and not dealing with it properly. That has suffered. And I want it to be better. And that does not mean I'm going to coddle or hug or placate or pretend that the hurt isn't there, the damage isn't there. It's it's the strategy behind it and becoming more strategical in the approach. That said, there's already a couple things that Jen and I have been discussing, and some plans that we have, and when I say we, it's always going to be Jen and I, but for me, I have to take those things off the table, and I have to deal with this without all of the personal baggage, right? So one of the first things we're going to do is I will be here shortly wrapping up this stream, and we're going to kick it off tonight. For those that want to, you don't have to. Well, it doesn't matter. Whatever time zone you're in, whatever, we'll do it. But this isn't about me. And as much as I thought that I wasn't doing this for me or about me, I was. And it wasn't intentional, and it wasn't a selfish thing. But it became about me and me coping and me dealing, and it became unhealthy. And it is what it is. And I'm willing to own it and publicly say that I fucked up there. And when I look at the man in the mirror, I can say I fucked up there. There still needs to be the transparency. There still needs to be the raw part of our experiences. There's no doubt about that. That will never leave. That's innate in who I am and how I present myself. But I can no longer allow my angst and my bitterness and all those things to bleed through. That's not helpful. That's not helping anyone. So we're going to do kind of a miniature version tonight. To kick it off, and then before we close it, I'll tell you kind of my intentions with this. But before I do, I started this comment way up top early stream from my homie Aaron Coalson. It made my year to actually meet you and Jena, Oz, and Aaron, you don't know what it meant, what year, day, year, week, lifetime for Jen and I to be able to meet you and speak with you and share with you in your process. And Aaron is one of those that, and the nights that I was talking about earlier, where it was like, should I do it? And then at night I'm like, fuck it, I'm done with this shit. I'm fucking done with it. This is bullshit. And then Aaron, it was almost God ordained. But Aaron would show up in my Twitter DM. He was like, Oz, this meant so much to me. This means so much to me. I'm so grateful that I found TANG, or I'm so grateful that I found the TANG Discord. And we talked about at the event this weekend, but it's sometimes you hear those things and you're like, fuck, yes, that's why I'm doing this. Why am I getting caught in all of these fucking weeds? And the thing I'm most disappointed, and hear me out, don't like I'm not. This is not a pity party. The thing I'm most disappointed about myself in is up until the last 6 months or so, whatever it was. I'd always been proud of myself that I never got caught. Not just in the weeds. Like the weeds are one thing, but I'd always been proud of myself that I never got caught in the swamp. I never found myself, like wading up into my waist or my shoulders in the swamp. And again, being retrospective and introspective, I've allowed myself to wade, walk into it now, wading in the swamp, and I don't like it there. I'm not effective there. I don't communicate well there. I don't quote unquote, shine as far as, my personality and having fun and just loving conversations and loving life and doing this. I don't have fun there, but I've allowed myself to venture into that and now wade into the swamp. So, this is what I will say for TANG subscribers, members, patrons. It's not like things just you hit a button and it changes overnight. But my commitment, and Jen and I have spoken about this, and my commitment is as we continue to get a firm grip on this and a hold on this, the planning, the professionalism, and the more specific, what's the word I want to use? Strategery. The more I want to be more strategic. And I went back today. Jenna went back home. She went back to work today, and I spent a lot of my day, finishing up, cleaning up my apartment, get ready. Finally, I have my kids here for the first time, for first weekend, and cleaning up, and just thinking, and I know I am. I know Jena is. I know we are as a channel way, 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 way better than the content that we've put out. And that's not taking that's more to do with me. I shouldn't even include Jena or Brycearonee. I'll say me. I am way better. I apologize for saying that. I am way better than the content I've been putting out, for the last 6 to 12 months. And I'm a man on a mission right now, to improve and to get better. And yeah. So what we'll do is tonight we're going to go to Discord, and we're going to talk about better, about getting better and being better. And I can't remember if Aunt Jur is still here. She has a way better memory than I do. I think it was Aunt Jur that had this recommendation. If not, I want to give credit where credit's due. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. That means more to me than anything. Like, fuck all the other shit. I appreciate that. But somebody, when we first started our Discord channel, said something about having like a movie night or whatever, and that would be something we can do. But this is kind of a morphing of that, so to speak, is our Discord used to be, it's still active. It's active. But when I felt we were the healthiest as a channel or as a community, whatever, is when the Discord was active and popping and talking and people were sharing. And I felt like that's where and when we were at our healthiest. And so what I want to do, what we want to do, and we'll just do conversation tonight, but starting next week, I want to start to review things that we can't. And when I say review, I don't mean like what we do on YouTube, where we review and stop every minute or so and retract. I'm sorry, not retract, but review what's being said. But you say it's a 3-piece or a 4-piece documentary on, X religion. We watch the first one, then we have like a 10-minute open discussion in the room, and say it's a 30-minute episode or whatever, or 30-minute episode of a 4-part documentary. And maybe we schedule 2 for that night. So first 30 minutes, we talk for 10 minutes. Second 30 minutes, we talk for 10 minutes. We wrap it up, and then we continue it the next week. But those are things that, one, you can't play on YouTube, and you can't have the voice interactions and the community building that you have with that. So tonight we're just going to talk about better and focus on whatever you guys want to focus on and talk about whatever you want to talk about. But starting next week, and we'll get the date, the specific date out of when we'll start doing it, but it'll be kind of a movie night, but more of it like a documentary night. And the first one that I have teed up and ready to go, that I've watched twice now, is the new documentary on Netflix around the Church of Mormon, and it's that shit's hard hitting. That shit is hard hitting. And I think it's helpful and beneficial for those that aren't as familiar with the Church of Mormon, and for those that may be questioning and maybe starting to ask questions and are happen to be able to stumble upon things like that. It's in those conversations. Maybe we make a difference. Maybe we make a difference while we are educating ourselves. So I guess really at the end of the day, what I'm saying, guys, is I'm trying to get back to me. And I'm trying to get back to why we even started this shit. And that is, as I said in my closing speech at Better, is I just fucking care about people. I care about people, and I want to help hurting people. And whether it's you've already fallen down and I or we can give you a hand to pull you up, or we can catch you as you're falling. I want to redirect all of my focus and all of my energy on that. How are we helping people? And I allowed myself to become not just lost or distracted, but drowning in the swamp. And I have pulled my head out of my ass, and I've pulled myself out of the swamp. I promise you that. And now we're about to turn up the heat on the other side, and hopefully make more and more of an impact, more and more of a difference on people's lives, with individuals, and help them along the way, help them along their journey. And if we can do that, I will die a happy fucking man, period. So I'll play this song, and people are like, why are we just watching a picture of a lemon on a tree? And if you pay attention to the words, it's very intentional. And it says, some people got an apple, some people got a tangerine. I look around, I see all these people happy with what they were given. but I got a lemon tree. But now I'm going to burn that shit down and I'm going to grow something better. And I don't know, hearing that, or if you read it, what that means to you. But when I hear that, what it means to me is we have all these people, they feel like, anyway, that they've been given an apple tree, or given an apple or a tangerine. I didn't just get given a lemon. I got the whole fucking lemon tree. And I'm not happy with that. I'm fitting to burn this shit down. I'm going to grow something better. And that's what the fuck we're going to do. Love y'all. And I'll peep you